Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you had an amazing weekend. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 3 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for this upcoming week. I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of you who dropped those stocks of interest in the comment section of our last video. Now, before we begin, again, do not forget to demolish that like button on your way in here, right? So let's get started right off the bat. So we got the SPY right now, and in the last video, for those of you who watched it, I told y'all that the short sellers who were trapped in this circle are going to contribute to the push higher, right? And I also told y'all that we might get to 4,500 by Monday. It closed on Friday at exactly 44.60, and I think that it can actually get to 4,500 before we see some turbulence. I think there is. It's either my thoughts yesterday is either tomorrow is the last day for that massive run that we experienced last week, or Friday might have been. Either way, I don't think that the SPY is going to gap up huge or gap down huge tomorrow. Like it might just pop just a little bit. Maybe tease 4,500 before selling off a little bit. Before going down here. Like before going down to 4,400. That's what I'm thinking. And let's check out also the Nasdaq, since again the Nasdaq has been something that I've been breaking down lately. All right, and I warned y'all that we could retest it and maybe go a little bit higher, right? And that's exactly what it did. It broke out right here. Now, is this thing a bull trap? Will this be short-lived, right? Will we see a morning spike first before a cool down next? I think we will see that. I think we will. Keep your eyes out for that move, okay? Now, the first stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list. Again, this one might be a day trading opportunity, and it could happen really, really fast in the morning, just to let y'all know. All right. The first one is Microsoft. All right. And the reason why I want to share Microsoft with y'all is because of this. If you go on the 15, you can clearly see that there was this ascending triangle on the chart that broke down in the morning and just kept holding at the top of that level right there at around $295, and is creeping its way all the way up here. Now it closed on Friday at exactly 300. And again, as I told y'all, we may experience a little bit of a spike in the AM in the morning, right? So watch Microsoft for an opening right here at around 301, followed by a move maybe to like 306, maybe 308, before it pretty much slows down throughout the rest of the day. And then, like on Tuesday, we'll see what happens on Tuesday. But I think that tomorrow is the last day for, at least for some bullishness before we chop again. All right, now the next one that y'all should be keeping in your watch list. That stock is Mara. All right, and the reason why I want to share Mara with all of you is for one simple reason. It's really, really simple. If you go on the 4-hour. And you zoom in right over. If you zoom in right over here, you can see that there is a bull flag that broke out on Thursday, right here. So this is the bull flag. It broke out on Thursday, kept running on Friday. And I think that it runs all the way up towards at least $30, maybe $30.50. Depending on how it behaves. I think it's gonna just open up at the same price. BTC isn't doing too much at the moment. There may be a big move overnight. It has a tendency to do that. and that may propel everything related to crypto. So definitely watch that one for a pop all the way to like $30.50 within the next few days. Right now, the last one that I want to share with all of y'all. Now we're not gonna be overly bullish, okay? This one is for the bears. This one is for the bears. Now that one is Lily, and Lily right now is looking quite aggressive. Like this one is a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough. There is this rising flag or ascendant flag, I should say. It's on the charts right there, and they reached that level of resistance on Friday, and I think that it rejects. I think that it rejects on Monday, and it collapses all the way down towards like 275 at least, maybe a little bit lower, because it's a little too extended. Like people who bought over here are going to want to take their money off the table. This one is technical and also psychological. Now just ask yourself this question: if you bought in right here, wouldn't you want to collect at the end of the day, especially after seeing a rejection especially after seeing that type of rejection on Friday and then a week ending on Friday, right? Wouldn't you want to just collect those gains? And I think that people will want to collect those gains. Therefore, I think that there will be a rejection like this, right? Now, how fast will it retest? That I don't know. It could retest here, or it could retest here, right? Or it could pretty much just stall, drop, and then earnings is going to pretty much decide its fate, whether it opens up at like 300. There's multiple ways this can happen, all right? But the one that I feel like would be a super greedy way to look at it is a pop all the way up here. Like this, I highly doubt that is gonna happen. It looks like it wants to, but I think it's just too soon. And I think it's just want to chill out a little bit. So watch this one for sure for a potential move to the downside. All right. So that's my thoughts on Lily. Now, let's answer you guys' questions. The first one, somebody asked about BMY. All right. Now regarding BMY, the only thing that I see on here is pretty slow. Like it's a really slow stock. So this is for the ones who have tremendous patience. All right. Now, the only thing that I see is on the weekly chart. Now, if you go on the weekly and you zoom out like that, there is a multi-year breakout that is like about to happen. It's right there, as you can see, right? So it tried once, it collapsed. It tried to get there, it collapsed again. This was a 2020 drop. And then they tried again last year, and it got obliterated in August, right? And then it's trying again, and this time it actually got through. So I think it's just going to chop. Literally, it's gonna be a chop fest all the way to the top. It's gonna be very nasty. That's why I say this one is for like people who are very patient. So experience something like that, and then earnings is probably gonna push it up to new heights. I would say it's looking like an earnings beat in my opinion. So that's my honest thoughts on the stock. Now, let's do a follow-up on Twitter. And Twitter, again, for those of y'all who watch last week's video, I told y'all to watch Twitter for a move all the way up to $39, and it did just that. Twitter did phenomenal. We were able to make great money on it, and hopefully y'all were able to make great money on it too. All right, so congratulations to anybody who were able to take this trade with us. The other one, well, where's this thing going to go? Again, I did say in that last video, I said 39 to 40. It got to 39. All right, 40 is where like a lot of these people really want to break even. So we may see a morning pop on it before it falls. We may see it. All right. We got rid of it last week. We definitely got rid of it last week because it's just like it's like the money has been made and the contract was just a good trade. So I'm okay with Twitter. Now the next one that I'm going to talk about into this video, we're going to do a follow-up on AMR, and AMR was disappointing. Unfortunately, it would not collapse. Like, again, as I always say in these videos, consolidation is a short seller's worst nightmare. All right. On Thursday, like, I was actually expecting the stock to gap down, not to gap up, and to open up at 112, and it closed at like exactly the same price. And then it did the same thing again on Friday. Again, the market was overall bullish. I wouldn't think that it would sort of kind of follow it. But it did. It did. Now next week, on the other hand, next week is still elevated. It's still massively overvalued. The only contracts that are available are the April contracts. Are they that lucrative? And not so much. So it may still fall, but the ROI would not be as it wouldn't be as phenomenal if it just dropped last week. That's the only issue with it. So is it going to drop? Maybe. All right. How fast is it going to drop? I have no clue. How fast or how slow it's going to drop? That I have no clue. That I have no clue. So that's my honest thoughts on this stock, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot and allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you would like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me on social media yet, you can find me at Paul Ngumah and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if you are brand new to trading and you would like to get started, I have some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes a few minutes to get set up with all the tools you need to start immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Ngumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.